So right here are a bunch of recycled batteries, Makita drills, Master something, Craftsman, Ryobi, Dyson vacuum batteries, and I don't know where this one's from. And so these are all batteries that were recycled at our local recycle center. My dad manages it, so I was able to get these for free. The HP batteries, and then a bunch of miscellaneous batteries over here. These are all Dell laptop batteries. As you can see, they come in a bunch of different sizes. This one's really long, but they all have those 18650 cells within them. So in here, this has 2 rows of 18650 cells, and I'll break them apart later. From my experience, it's a bit more difficult to take batteries out of these power drill battery packs than the laptop battery packs. And I believe that's just because, you know, it's got to be a lot more rigid and sturdy design here. Alright, so I've got a HP and a Lenovo battery pack with me. Really all this takes is a lot of banging and a good couple smacks. Alright, so if that doesn't work, I'll have to go to the side around where it was plugged in before. Boom, cracked her open. I do recommend wearing gloves as well. I don't think you can really get too electrocuted from this, but you can never be so sure. There we go. Snapped her open. Rip off this tab and out slides the batteries. So this is just some adhesive. And then you can see here, they're all spot welded together. I don't know if this is in frame or not. Oh yeah. So on each of these batteries, there are spot welds. Weld this nickel plating to each of the batteries. When the negative ends are connected, it's in parallel, and when the negative ends connect to the positive ends, it's in series. So I believe these are parallel, 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 and then in series connecting each set of 2 cells. So this would be, each cell's about 3.5, 4 volts. So this could maybe be a 12 volt pack. And each of these cells, these are good cells. Let me find the camera. And just take off each of these spot welds. So taking this off here. Clean it off, the cell's just gonna look like this. You can get it to focus. Yep, so there's little bits on the end you see there. I'll probably sand that down eventually and peel off this glue too. But yeah, that's all there is to it. I'm gonna show next how to charge them up and test them and see their capacity. So these are the Samsung 18650 cells that I got out of the battery packs. Not sure if you can see, but back here I have some pieces of paper and they just have voltage ranges on them. So I will test these cells with my multimeter. I just flip it to the voltage setting, and then I take these 2 prongs. The negative terminal is here, the positive is here, and I test it. Oh, here, put it right there so you can see what I'm getting. So we've got 3.65. That's great. That's a really good cell. Again, 3.65, 3.65, 3.65, 3.65, 3.655. Wow, this is a great batch of cells. Alright, so I've got some batteries. I'm discharging these guys right now. So far they have been discharging for an hour and 56 minutes. They're discharging at 1 amp. These are the voltages of the cells right now. And this is how many milliamp hours, basically their capacity that they have. Over here, got another charger, and as you can see, these cells are getting charged up right now. They're gonna stop charging at 4.2. This one's pretty close. Here is a bunch of cells that I've tested already, and I just got a new batch of cells that I've taken out of battery packs, and so I'm going to test all these voltages and then sort them out. This is about 8 Dell battery packs right here worth, so there's a bunch of different batteries in here. We've got, so this is an LG battery, and then we've got another LG type of battery, I believe, and red ones are usually Sanyos. Not sure what this that one is, and oh yeah, that one's LG. So yeah, a lot of good batteries. I'll go through and I'll test all these and see how it turns out. Got the bucket right there. Okay. So this one here, this orange cell, see if you guys can see it, but it's pulling like nothing. That is basically a dead cell. It's got 17 millivolts, which is about 1,000 times off of what we want. So I've just got this bin over here with dead batteries. Just chuck it in there. So another orange cell from the same pack. This one's got 3.5 volts. So normally in these packs, it's only 1 or 2 cells that are dead, and the rest of them are perfectly fine. So here's another dead one. We'll see if my hypothesis is correct. So this nice 3.5. This other one, 3.5. And I think this is the last orange one in there. Most battery packs have 6 cells. Another 3.5. So 66% of those cells were fantastic. But there are a couple cells will kill the whole battery pack. Oh, I got my lead switched around. So once I sort out all of these batteries into their voltages, I test them. First I charge them up to 4.2 volts, and oh wow, this one 3.9, that's almost a fully charged cell, to 4.2 volts, and then I discharge them to see how many milliamp hours the cells are. Anything above 2000 is amazing. What I've been getting so far is a few above 2000, but mostly what I'm getting is around the 1600 range. I've got a couple back there that are getting tested right now, and they look pretty promising actually. They might be, they're at 1781 right now. So I've got highest voltage here, and then it just decreases. So this is actually a great batch. The last batch I did, there were 154 cells total. 47 of them were completely dead, and about 107 were all right. That is some low voltage range too, so again, I did calculated about 66% of cells in packs are still good. So you're getting a nice 2/3 of good cells for free. It's not a bad deal. So if you notice too, some of these cells look got a bunch of stuff on the outside. They can either have this sleeve cut off. This one's actually peeling here, so I'll show you. You can rip it off. And this is just an exposed cell. This is what they normally look like. And this is all the anode. All of this big part is actually the negative terminal, and then this little bit is the positive. So I can stick this right here on the outside of it, and right there, and I'll get a reading of whatever its voltage is, 2.3. So not a great cell. Alright, so I've finished testing the batteries. These are between 1.5 and 1.9. These are 1.9 to 2.5, or 2 to 2.5, 2.5 to 2.9, 3 to 3.5, and surprisingly, a great amount of batteries that are above 3.5 volts, which is really ideally what you want. So all of these above 3.5, nice colorful selection. So if we go over here, this was from my first set. These are the one below 1.5, and this is below 1.9, I believe. So still testing here, and as you can see, actually, right here, these battery cells are doing magnificent. They're at 1.911 amps, or it's in milliamps, so you know. Got the MPPT charge controller by Epiver, and then we have our shut-off switch here, which goes to a breaker. Camera's adjusting focus. So we've got a breaker there, a switch there, and this leads down to 2 bus bars basically. One goes to the battery, the other goes to our pure sine wave inverter, and then on here we will run wiring through the cabin, through the shed, so we will be able to have hopefully lights up there. So yeah.